Hello, everyone. Today's Power Boost. Relax and unwind. Bit funny maybe for a Monday because we are all relaxed and unwounded from the weekend. But still, it is a good practice to be able to take a few moments and completely, what would be the word? Disconnect and reconnect. Many times when we heard the word relax, we often think about physical relaxation. You have to lie down or just be in a different space or go for a walk or be in a park or in nature. And that may be one way to relax. But it is useful to understand that the real relaxation is not just physical, and maybe in some cases not a question of physical relaxation at all. Many of us experience that in our mind we are stressed out, in our mind we are tired, in our mind we are anxious, in our mind we are overwhelmed. And that stifles us, that makes us not able to concentrate, makes us not able to observe properly or discern properly or decide properly. And so maybe it is very useful to begin to cultivate this art to observe our thoughts and be more in control of the mind. Now, what many of us will notice is that our mind can be flooded with all kinds of thoughts. Many of those thoughts may be the same type of thoughts all the time, repetitive thoughts. Maybe many of us can observe that those thoughts might be completely useless thoughts, or maybe even negative and destructive thoughts. And if our mind is flooded with those kind of thoughts, or stressed, or what, always in a hurry, always feeling that you have something pending, always feeling that you're not good enough, this is exhausting. And it quickly makes us irritable and maybe even negative or depressed. And so apart from having the ability and the time, taking the time to relax physically, we also need this ability to relax mentally, to slow down in our thinking, to reclaim mastery over our mind, to learn to guide your thoughts in a constructive way, in a positive way, to be master in your own mind. And of course, meditation is an excellent tool for that. But also we need to be aware of where are these thoughts coming from? What is it that triggers these thoughts? And make certain changes there. If there are certain things that we are obsessed about or in bondage to, or if we have a certain, attachment to certain things, those objects or people of that attachment, they will trigger thoughts in our mind that we can't control. And so at a deeper level, of course, we need to kind of position ourselves in a certain way in life, that we are not in bondage to things, that we are not obsessively thinking about things, that we are not dependent on things or on people, so that the mind is obsessed. But even if we're not in that deeper state of dependency, to just learn that you are the master of your mind and you are the master of your own thought, and that you can choose what to think and what not to think. That you can choose to have certain thoughts and not other thoughts. So just train your mind with love in a gentle way, kindly, to teach your mind what to think and what not to think. And so one easy thing that I use for myself is what I call SOS: stop, observe, and shift. Now, whenever you catch yourself or whenever you take a moment, stop certain thoughts, observe what has been going on, why are these thoughts there, and are these thoughts useful? Stop them, observe, and then choose a different track, shift your thoughts in a different direction. And so let's take a few moments to kind of practice this. So whatever has been the thoughts that have been going on in your mind this morning, just take a moment and say, okay, not now. At this moment, it may be useful thoughts, it may be thoughts of work or some thing in your private life, whatever, but not now. Don't need to think about that at this moment. Stop that trend of thinking. Observe your present circumstances and then choose a thought of peace or a thought of self-awareness or a thought of something or activity that was useful or pleasant or peaceful. And in this case, when you're choosing to meditate, create a thought of truth. Create a thought of the true self. One example of that can be that the real self is not this body. The real self is a spiritual being, a being of consciousness. An observer of this physical world. And just for a few moments, stay with these thoughts. Spiritual being, an observer, and we can use the image of a tiny star, living light. This is the being, the soul, the real self. timeless, living light, an observer of the game of human life. And when using these words, having these thoughts, allow the feelings also to fill your mind. This observer creates a feeling of freedom, but also kind of distance in a good way. And like someone who is observing a game can oversee the game better. So an observer of life and life's dynamics is not emotionally pushed or pulled, just neutrally observing. Just hold this thought and these feelings. The real self is a spiritual being, invisible, living light, an observer, free, a traveler through time and space. A being of peace. Allow the mind allow the mind to just hold these thoughts and cherish these feelings. And whatever other thought comes in between, you don't fight with it, but just say not now. It may be interesting, but not now. I'm busy. I'm busy relaxing. I'm busy unwinding. I'm busy connecting. to the essence of self, and the essence of my nature of peace. And even when we come back into sound or action, when thoughts again go to the activities of the day, let us aim to choose and have every now and then a moment to stop. Stop your physical actions, stop your thoughts, observe, and choose a spiritual thought. Choose a thought of peace. Choose a thought of harmony. And allow that thought and those feelings to flood your mind as if reset. And then hold that whilst you come into sound and action. Have a good day.